to kill her. That's according to a new report released in just the last 2 hours. Welcome to Action News Jax at noon. I'm Dawn Lopez.
And I'm Phil Amato. New at noon, Action News Jax Lorena Inclan is live in Jacksonville Beach for us. One of the places where the couple was last seen. And Lorena, the woman texted someone from Tennessee saying she needed some help.
And Phil, Dawn, that person called JSO from Tennessee and kicked off this entire investigation and search for the woman and her boyfriend. Now, according to the victim's Facebook page, the couple was here at Whiskey Jack's on Sunday, but just yesterday, JSO told us they were spotted in Volusia County on Wednesday night. Now, take a look at this. This is part of a text message. JSO says Marsha Higgins sent to someone in Tennessee. It's very straightforward. It starts with, she says, call the police, tell them Brad has carjacked me with me in the car and is threatening to kill me. She goes on to say that they'll be heading to Interlaken and describes the car that they're traveling in. Now, JSO says there's a different tag on the 2005 silver four-door Toyota Scion that they're in. Originally, they started with one tag, and now police are saying that the tag on the car now is 1R99S1. The couple also has ties to the Tennessee area. Higgins' last address is from the Knoxville area, so that's where the person is who called the police initially when she reached out for help. Now, we are trying to figure out if Whiskey Jack's has any kind of surveillance video of the couple here on Sunday. We're working to find that out for you next at 5. Reporting live from Jacksonville Beach, Lorena Inclan, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
You're getting a live look now at Jacksonville Beach, where it'll be windy this weekend. First Alert meteorologist Marissa Ross is in the Weather Center right now. Marissa, you're keeping a very close eye on that and some rain that's headed our way, too.
Yeah, that's correct. Here's a live look from First Alert Skycam Network from Jax Beach, where the camera's so shaky, and that's because those winds are blowing from the east at about 18 miles an hour with gusts as high as 25 for this afternoon. Those temperatures mild 85 degrees. And as we take a look at those winds, take a closer look here out at the coastal areas, that's where we're seeing those winds a lot stronger, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles an hour, especially further south in Ponte Vedra. You're at around 20 mile-an-hour winds, and that's going to continue as we head into this evening. Those strong winds for inland locations, it's not that much of an issue. Breezy at times, anywhere from 10 to 15. It's really just a coastal type of event, and it feels noticeably drier out there. And this is our water vapor loop here. We see those grays out there, not as dense, that moisture, so it certainly feels nicer out there. And those temperatures, well, they're in the 80s, but it's not the same kind of 80s that we've felt earlier this week with that kind of oppressive moisture. It's a drier out there, and it's noticeable, and we'll continue to see these pleasant conditions through the weekend. But I am tracking some coastal showers. I'll have all the details coming up at the Action News Jax First Alert forecast.
Take a good look at your screen here. Right now, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office needs your help to find this missing man. Alfred Jackson has not been seen since last night. Police say he was in a parking lot of Harvey's food store in the Moncrief area. Anyone with information on where he might be is asked to call JSO. Right now, a pedestrian hit by a car in Fleming Island is recovering. We told you on Action News Jax this morning that victim is expected to survive. A viewer tells us the driver hit someone and then took off on US 17 and Harbor Island Drive. We've reached out to state troopers to confirm if it was a hit and run and to see who was hurt. We'll update you online and on Action News Jax at 5 o'clock.
Students at Oakley High School are wearing purple today in honor of their classmate killed in a crash this week. They're planning a tribute to the 16-year-old tonight at their homecoming football game. A moment of silence for Keandre Moss starts at 6:45. Monday, Action News Jax brought you live reports from Oakley Village Parkway, and that's where Keandre was killed and his two friends with him seriously hurt. The school will sell bracelets, we're told, and buttons, with the proceeds going to his family. Now, the two teens who were hurt in that crash are in the hospital right now. Brian Ransom's mother says that he has bleeding on the brain and broken bones. Only Action News Jax spoke with Todd Ritchie's mom. Now, she says that he had to have his left leg amputated. Right now, JSO is looking for the two drivers who they believe were racing the teens.
If they were racing and someone hit them and made them lose control or whatever it is, I just need them to find them or just come out and tell us so we can have closure to this.
Now, FDOT tells Action News Jax they're not aware of any safety concerns on the stretch of road where that crash happened until Action News Jax brought it to their attention. And now they're looking to see if any changes needs to be made to this stretch of road. Our coverage continues online and the Action News Jax mobile app. You can read more from students at Oakley High School, and there's also a link to donate to Keandre's family.
Travelers are taking their frustrations out on airline employees. That's according to a new investigation from the Government Accountability Office, which says passengers are verbally assaulting customer service agents. Action News Jax Beth Russo joins us live at the Jacksonville International Airport this noon. And Beth, airlines are now required to come up with plans on how to protect their employees.
And that's because customer service agents like these here in Jacksonville and ones across the country say that they are regularly verbally threatened and even sometimes physically assaulted by passengers. I want to go ahead and show you some videos. It's footage like this that was taken at the Fort Lauderdale airport that sparked this investigation. In this one, a riot almost broke out over canceled flights. So the Government Accountability Office surveyed more than 100 customer service agents. Almost all of them said passengers verbally harassed them. Half of the airline employees had been threatened, and 12 even claimed they were physically assaulted. In many of the cases, the customer service agent said this is happening because passengers are upset at how management is handling issues. I've been talking to travelers here at JIA this morning, and some of them did admit to me that they have lost their tempers before while traveling. Take a listen.
If I were in that situation, I would like to know that there are measures in place to protect me because I am human, and that have been my workplace, so naturally you would want some protection.
Right now I'm reaching out to leaders here at JIA to see if they've had any cases reported here locally. All of that all new on Action News Jax at 5. We're live at JIA this afternoon. Beth Russo, Action News Jax.
Just in, a new bill could designate a museum at Cecil Field as a national memorial. It honors prisoners of war and those who are missing in action. This is a new photo of U.S. Representative Al Lawson and Representative John Rutherford, who introduced that legislation. Officials say there are 142,000 former POWs and 82,000 missing service members. Action News Jax is working to learn if there was any damage done to I-95 South in a crash in St. Johns County. We told you last night when a Lexus hydroplaned and ran off the highway. When that driver tried to get the car back on the highway, it hit a semi-truck, which crossed into another lane and hit a second semi. One of those drivers was hurt. The driver of the Lexus is now facing charges.
JSO and Jacksonville Fire and Rescue plan to use drones to help out in dangerous situations. Now, some of the drones have infrared cameras that will be used to find people. Others will be able to enter a crime scene, for example, before a first responder to prevent them from getting hurt.
Remnants of Tropical Storm Imelda is pushing into northern Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana today. This is video of the flooding the storm brought in Texas. Parts of the state saw more than 30 inches of rain. In the Atlantic, Hurricane Jerry is a Cat 1 storm headed north of Puerto Rico and the Bahamas. A Tropical Storm Imelda has now been blamed for at least 2 deaths in Texas. First responders in Houston say they responded to nearly 2,000 emergency incidents. More than 300 people were rescued by boats and military trucks in Winnie, Texas. Some families fear the repairs they made after Hurricane Harvey 2 years ago will need to be redone now.
It takes a lot of time to rebuild the first time, and in 12 hours it's the same thing. We're back to ground zero again.
Officials say that it could take days to get the roads clear and months even to get things back to normal, Phil.
Well, right now, Action News Jax is on a special mission to help in the Hurricane Dorian relief efforts happening in the Bahamas. Action News Jax' Danny Bazzini explains how one group will help rescued stranded dogs.
We're loading up right now. If you can take a look behind me, we're here with Mermaid Life. It's a local business in St. Augustine. She spearheaded all of this to get these dogs back, to get some supplies to the Bahamas, and we'll be following along all day, so stay tuned for updates.
Now, you can still help people in the Bahamas who are recovering after Hurricane Dorian, too. ViStar Credit Union, our Action News Jax family focus partner, is collecting donations at any branch through October 31st.
You can get free health screenings this weekend. Walmart will have a wellness day Saturday, and that's from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. You can get your blood pressure checked, glucose levels, and vision checked as well. They'll also offer low-cost flu shots and immunizations.
Action News Jax is your official Jaguar stations. We've been celebrating with you, too, since Thursday night when the team got their first win of the season. The Jags beat the Titans 20-7. Rookie Gardner Minshew threw 2 touchdown passes to help us seal the deal. The mayor of Saxonville himself, Calais Campbell, ended the night with 3 sacks. Jags defense had 9 in total. But the big story this noon, as Jalen Ramsey continues to be, what's next for number 20 now? It's a question we've all been asking since Sunday when word got out that he requested a trade. Reports say he could be traded today, but there's still no word on exactly when. He started last night against the Titans and helped the team get a few stops. It may have been his 51st and final game with the Jags. We'll see. Meanwhile, the players and head coach Doug Marrone expected to speak about that trade today. You can count on Action News Jax to update you both on air on actionnewsjax.com and our mobile app.
Timucuan Park is looking for people to help with an International Coastal Cleanup Day. Now, it's Saturday on the 21st, and that's when they'll meet at the Fort Caroline National Memorial, Hanna Park, and the Ready Point Reserve at 9 a.m.
And we have developing showers on First Alert Doppler HD. I've been tracking them all morning long. What we can expect for this weekend, details coming up in the Action News Jax First Alert forecast.
Today, workers all over the world are walking out over climate change. How families and businesses here in our area are showing their support.
Kindergartners at Rideout Elementary School received 22 of these bikes today. Coming up, you'll hear why one student said he couldn't wait to learn how to ride.
What to watch, brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back. Take a look at these Clay County students having a ball at school. This is video from Rideout Elementary School in Middleburg, where the kids are getting a head start on learning how to ride a bike thanks to a special grant. Action News Jack's Alicia Tarancon was there when the school got the bikes as a part of an effort to keep students healthy and active.
The school now has 22 of these Strider bikes. You'll notice they don't have training wheels on them. That's so the students learn how to balance once they get on these bikes. Dozens of kindergartners at Rideout Elementary School received a big surprise hidden behind this gray van on Friday morning. 22 brand new Strider bikes and helmets that will help all these kids learn how to ride a bike by the end of the school year.
We wanted to make sure we could embed that into our curriculum to work with them with coach, so they're building their confidence, but they're also learning how to do this so they can transfer these skills home with them.
It's a skill 5-year-old Jackson can't wait to learn.
So I can have a lot more fun than just playing with Legos and drawing all day. That's the only stuff I have.
This Clay County school was the only one in the district to receive a $4,000 grant from Tucker Power Sports as part of the All Kids Bike program. As part of the program, teachers will be able to get certified over an 8-week course to teach these kids how to ride these bikes. And they'll start with the basics.
You have to practice bouncing.
For the next 5 years, these kindergartners will get to use these bikes as part of their physical education class.
That's what we want to see. We want to see kids moving and getting that exercise in every day.
And coming up at 5, you'll learn how this program is also helping students who don't have access to bikes at home. Reporting in Middleburg, Alicia Tarancon, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
Up today, people around the world will join in marches and climate strikes.
We told you on Action News Jax this morning that people are gathering at Hemming Park all day to push for solutions to the climate crisis. And this is new video taken from there in just the last hour. You can see dozens and dozens of people here taking a stand. And people are walking out of work and classrooms to demand action. This is video of protest in London. Now in New York City gave 1.1 million students the okay to skip school for this. Stores like Lush and Ben & Jerry's, which both have shops in our area, are supporting the strike and even closing for the day.
Covering Glynn County now, where Jekyll Island is gearing up for the Shrimp and Grits Festival. Always a lot of fun. This is video of the festival from last year. The main attraction is on Saturday. There will be a showdown between chefs from 8 different restaurants. There's also a craft beer fest, a 5K road race, and kids zone. Leaders expect more than 45,000 people starting today.
Now certified Jacksonville's most accurate weather forecast. Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
I'm Action News Jax First Alert meteorologist Marissa Ross in for Gary Beatonball, starting out with First Alert Skycam Network from St. Augustine. The winds are blowing east-northeast winds at 17 miles an hour. They've been pretty strong all morning long, and as we head into this afternoon, we'll likely see that be the case, especially at the coastal areas. First Alert Doppler HD here. We have some developing showers out in the Atlantic. They are tracking westward. Some of these are kind of fading as they move to the west around the I-95 corridor. Taking a closer look here, these are not fading out. They're over St. Simon's Island, moving over Brunswick. Light to moderate showers, nothing heavy or nothing long-lived. Certainly not going to see a washout for our Friday afternoon. In fact, we'll actually see drying conditions as we head into around the 3 o'clock hour, and as we get into this evening, some spotty showers will likely make their way in, especially southern parts of St. Johns County and even into southern parts of Duval County. This is on Saturday morning, and notice another round of coastal showers early in the morning and through the dawn hours as well. So just expect that. The roadways will be a little wet out there, but nothing significant. This is on Saturday afternoon. Notice dry air pretty much throughout the forecast area from southeast Georgia all the way down to northeast Florida. Just some little tiny pockets of rain, so not expecting too much in terms of activity. In fact, tomorrow will be likely drier than it is today, or than it was today this morning. So let's talk about those winds here, because they're going to be pretty strong, especially out at the coastal areas. This is at 8 p.m. tonight, and notice Ponte Vedra 18-mile-an-hour winds. Coastal areas anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts as high as 30. For inland locations, it's kind of a non-issue for you guys if you are especially out in Lake City or just kind of further inland into Jacksonville metro area. Anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour. Could see some gusts up to 15, so not significant. But on Saturday, those winds start to pick up once again. This is Sunday morning, and we'll likely see those winds kind of stick around through Sunday, especially for the coastal areas. Once again, gusting as high as 30 miles an hour. So those wave heights are certainly currently elevated anywhere from 8 to 6 feet in southeast Georgia and northeast Florida. So your beach forecast here for you. It's not a bad beach weekend. However, the waters are certainly churned up. The rip current risk is high. The temperatures will be nice in the 80s. Sunnier conditions on Sunday with less breezy conditions, but still 10 to 15 miles an hour. So overall, your weekend forecast, coastal showers on your Saturday morning and noticeably drier. Check out those morning lows on Saturday, 65 degrees, 64 on your Sunday, mainly dry, gradually warming on Sunday. And then as we head into Monday, we're always tracking the tropics here, and we still have Jerry now weakening into a Category 1 hurricane. A couple of here developments that are just very slight, have a slow chance of developing, but off the west coast of Africa, I do want to point this out. This could potentially be our next named storm system, and that would be Karen. So that's the 11th named storm here for the 2019 hurricane season. Now your 7-day forecast where your weekend is always in view. Saturday and Sunday expect a high of 85 and 86. You can always get this forecast anytime. Just search Action News Jax First Alert Weather in the App Store. And Stacy Garvilla will be your next meteorologist here coming up on CBS 47 and Fox 30 this evening.
Changes in the works for historic downtown St. Augustine. The move leaders say could save you time crossing the Bridge of Lions.
Covering St. Johns County, and that's where leaders want to make some changes to historic downtown. So this is video of the area from the First Alert Storm Tracker taking you through the streets here. The King Street Master Plan aims to make changes to traffic and parking. Leaders want to create wider sidewalks and adjust traffic patterns at the Bridge of Lions. Locals not too sure about the changes.
When you look at the traffic flow now, it's a problem, but by moving the problem here to there and creating more U-turns, more traffic patterns, they're not solving anything, making it worse.
City leaders say having people go right and then head westbound on the Bridge of Lions could save you more than 20 minutes at peak traffic times.
Well, new at noon, Amazon's Alexa is learning more about politics now. Starting next month, you say the word and the personal assistant will make a political contribution for you. The company is ramping up Alexa's overall elections knowledge to give people information about polls, ballots, and results. New at 5 o'clock, crash testing electric cars, the models that did the best protecting drivers and passengers.
I'm loving these temperatures in the 80s.
Nice,
Yes,
yeah.
high of 85 all
right.
weekend long.
Looking good. Have a great couple of days.
Y&R is coming up next.